没有画面，没有画面，没有画面的。
Into battle, all in anticipation of the same prospect. Grand Prix victory.
我看他们都是小屏幕，放点音乐。是的。谐音吗？才开始，还没开始。
Formula One has seen almost everything across 76 years of an epic sporting story. But today, after 1,151 championship races, we bring you something new. A teenager on pole position. At 19 years of age, Kimi Antonelli is the youngest Grand Prix pole sitter in Formula One history. He's the driver to beat at the 2026 Chinese Grand Prix. Good afternoon, everyone. This is our circuit for the contest today. 4 active aero zones to put the cars in a low drag configuration. 1 detection point for overtake mode, which is more prevalent than 7 days ago. They'll be on the soft, the medium, and the hard tyres. The C4, the C3, and the C2 to be exact with the compounds. Welcome to race day then. Shanghai International Circuit is all set for the second round of the Formula One World Championship in 2026. And for the second year in a row, we have a new name at the head of the field. Let's go from the back to the front because there have been some dramatic developments already. Alexander Albon will start from the pit lane. They've changed the suspension on that car again. Sergio Perez, 21st for Cadillac. Then it's Lance Stroll, out-qualified by Valtteri Bottas, former pole sitter around here. 19th today. Fernando Alonso is a 2-time winner around this circuit. He's 18th next to Carlos Sainz, who is delighted with his lap time, if not the performance. Gabriel Bortoleto is currently in the pit lane. He was due to start from 16th. Hydraulic issue for him. Arvid Lindblad in 15th. Then it's Liam Lawson. He got yellow flags on his quali run. Esteban Ocon is in 13th for Haas. Then it's Franco Colapinto next to Nico Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg missing out by thousandths of a second. To the top 10 with Oliver Behrman there once again and driving with real confidence. Isaac Hadjar slightly on the back foot compared to 7 days ago. Max Verstappen is in 8th position and Pierre Gasly has been hooked up all weekend. He goes from 7th, except there's an empty row in front of him because both Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri in this one, if they can begin this one, from the pit lane. Charles Leclerc is in 4th, Lewis Hamilton is in 3rd at a track where he's had so much success. And at the front of the field, George Russell's on the front row once again, but his first ever pole position in Formula One for the Grand Prix format. And after 18 years, it was a dramatic way to snatch the record. from Sebastian Vettel, the youngest ever to take a Grand Prix pole, is now
没有比赛画面。Formation lap， 现在暖胎圈已经开始了。
Kimi Antonelli at 19 years, 202 days. The world champion team mired in the pit lane. Lando Norris never ever got out to the dummy grid. Oscar Piastri made it, but has been pushed.
这么卡吗？
With 6 minutes to go before the formation lap, whilst we were in the titles. So one of the threats for Mercedes has gone, but McLaren were half a second away. It has been, across the course of the season so far, Ferrari fighting at the start, Mercedes winning at the finish. Which Mercedes will it be though?
普特莱科跟阿尔本在维修区起步啊。
The championship began in 1950. In the commentary box, I'm Alex Jakes. Alongside me, Jolyon Palmer and David Coulthard DC. McLaren having a really torrid time of it.
Yeah, I think this is always going to be the worry when we're introducing new rules and regs and we've got little gremlins in the system. We saw it with our second on the grid, George Russell, yesterday when he stopped.
两个迈凯伦这边也在开始了，马上开始了。
It looks, as we look down from our commentary box, that both McLaren will start from the pit lane. You could argue that helps avoid the potential issues at turn 3 and at the hairpin turn 6, but it does make it a long afternoon.
They'll hope that they can come through if they're going to start with the pace of their car and score some good points still. But I'm surprised with Piastri. Hugh Norris had an electronic issue.
这么多人从维修区起步吗？
The reconnaissance laps to get out, so he was shut in with the red light there. But Piastri, there was a huge amount of work going on when I'm down there on the grid. Spoke to Tom Stallard, his race engineer, who was very cool and calm and going through the usual procedures. And as I left, so did their car. There's the double spots that are going to be filled soon with Gasly and Verstappen, who have a nice clear run at the leaders.
Maybe you were a lucky charm. If you'd stayed, then maybe the car would have stayed on the grid.
DC, he will never speak to me again on the grid after that.
I was going to say that. Lando Norris was due to start on the hard tyre from 6th on the grid. Red Bull was going super aggressive on the soft to get that launch off the line, and they've got an empty road to aim at if you're Max Verstappen.
That's a shame as well, because I felt that's exactly what McLaren needed to do something different. They don't have the innate
没有比赛画面，没有比赛画面。
implementing the strategies was a good call. The hard tyre looked really good. Liam Lawson raced into the points in yesterday's sprint, and a lot of those outside of the top 10 have opted for it. But we will see if McLaren's get going and how they get going in a few moments. But now, all eyes on the front of the race.
Yeah, well, we know that Kimi Antonelli's had a bit of difficulty starting this new formula, so George psychologically will feel pretty good.
又开始卡了吗？这个？
As you mentioned, the two Red Bulls and the softs. A little bit surprised that they haven't actually hedged the reds and covered off maybe a soft and a medium or a soft and a hard.
Jolyon, the problem for Kimi Antonelli wasn't entirely his fault yesterday. Jolyon, the problem for Kimi Antonelli wasn't entirely his fault yesterday.
High. We see Kimi now weaving hard to get the front temperatures up. It's not that warm again, and you're always fighting the trade-off of energy through the tyres and energy into the battery. Yesterday, Kimi actually lined up with a full battery on the grid, and that meant he couldn't spool up the turbo. There was nothing
卡住了。
to use the combustion against the MG UK and effectively harvest energy but spool up the turbo at the same time. He had no wriggle room, so he started with effectively no power, and he dropped the clutch and had a very sedate start into the race. In Melbourne, they started on the opposite end, just no battery. So these things are on a knife.
喂，听得到吗？
The teams and the drivers are learning how to optimise it, and I'm expecting a better getaway this time for Kimi.
Track temperature is 23 degrees, the air temperature is 15 degrees. This is a look at the first hosted Formula One in 2000. He's arrived at the hairpin a long way ahead of everyone else.
Not even the formation lap. You're obliged to keep up with the pace of the leaders. It's not quite as fixed as the safety car would be within 10 car lengths, give or take, but that's definitely more than that from the Ferraris.
Hamilton has really backed off it, hasn't he? So these tyre temperatures are going to be chilly when they get on the grid. It's slightly overcast and in shadow as well, and it's a long wait on a medium tyre.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any tactics there from Ferrari, feeling pretty confident with their ability to start with what is seemingly a smaller turbo.
100%. The interesting thing is, in the last two starts that we've had, the sprint yesterday and the Grand Prix, Russell has led as they hit the braking zone for turn 5. Leclerc was aggressive in Melbourne, Hamilton was so aggressive yesterday, and Ferrari very much in the mind to do the same again. Big burn up for Charles Leclerc as he heads up towards 4th.
开始了，开始了。
For the McLarens, this new sea change of regulations. Got to remember to not go forward one in your box, and Gasly has gone past his grid mark. So that's exactly the issue we were talking about. The French driver has found reverse. He's shooting for the empty gap, but the McLaren should have been ahead of him.